Meeting being live streamed.
All right, good evening and welcome to this special edition of Showtime TV. I'm your host, Omar Rashada. Well, it's part 3. We got this upcoming play coming up this Saturday, January the 7th, 2023, 7 p.m. at the Wilmington Music School. That's 4101 Washington Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. And I have some very special guests. As a matter of fact, they're all cast members of the play. I'm going to have everybody just introduce themselves. We can start off with, just introduce yourself and just give a little background about yourselves. So
I'm Apostle. I'll go ahead and start. I'm Apostle T.V. Walker. I'm the pastor of Disciples of Faith Global Outreach. I'm also a part, as Omar said, I am a cast member on this play. I'm excited about what's going to happen. And this is actually my very first venture, my very first play. So I'm honored to be here and excited about what's going to go on.
Okay, and what role do you play?
I am going to be playing I'm the male narrator. I'm also going to be playing the part of Roger as well, and a few other smaller parts.
All right, there you go. Okay, Doshie Keys.
Hi, good evening.
Mother
Good
Keys'
evening.
daughter, Daddy's girl.
Great.
For real, daddy's girl. Yes.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening. I play the part of a Dr. Terry Silver Perkins, kind of strong-willed individual, and just really about, the education of our youth. I would say that I kind of been dibbling and dabbling with this stage ever since maybe primary, elementary school, all the way through, and a couple of places here. So this one, Mr. Omar said that he was doing a play, and was I interested? I said, well, yeah. A lot of work, but and yes, the program is, the play is on Saturday, and I'm truly excited.
All right, then we have, last but not least, we have the youngest cast member, the baby of the group. We have Clave Hollins. Clave, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm good.
Okay, so what role do you play?
The little boy.
All right, little boy. All right, okay, that's real good. That's real good. That's a nice outfit you got on as well. Apostle, I want to go back to you because this, once again, you stated prior that this is your acting debut.
Yes, sir.
Whenever one is their acting debut, that's probably the most exciting production they're probably going to be in. Well, let me say this: this is the most exciting that they're going to be in production, because this is your first one, and you're always going to remember your very first one as well as the last one. So, coming in as your actor debut, what thoughts crossed your mind? What's been going on? What have you been thinking, man?
I've been pastoring, for over 20 years, been preaching, for even longer than that. So, one of the things that I was kind of shocked by was even the nerves. The fact that there was a certain amount of nerves there. I'm a little nervous, but at the same time, it's been a wonderful journey. It's been a great journey for me, just in terms of emotion, in terms of trying to evoke and to, gather emotions that I just really hadn't had to deal with from, where I was working in terms of pastoring and even dealing with the youth. So this has been, for me, just a great opportunity to expose other areas of myself that, what I was doing, it wasn't necessary. So this has just been a great open door. Right. And so preparation and remembering those lines, getting the lines down, has also been challenging.
Oh,
and,
man,
and really, really
make it look easy. You made it look easy. I mean, you got off book faster than just about anybody.
Well, listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I've really kind of thrown myself into it, really trying to see myself as a character. And that's been kind of the thing that's been very similar to preaching. I try to see the characters that I'm going to minister. I really wanted to do the same thing with this role.
Okay, and another person that got their roles really fast is Clave. Clave, prior to this play, I can't remember, were you in another play before, or just your very first one?
I was in the Robin Hood play at the Wilmington Opera Place.
Oh, okay. And what character did you play in that?
I played one of the skunks.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about that character.
Huh?
Tell us a little bit about that character.
So basically, that skunk is one of in the group that they basically appear in one scene, but they're a group of skunks
Oh,
who
okay.
are basically just outcasts because of the way they smell.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're basically
Oh.
just characters.
All right. So yeah, they made it real. Okay, that is awesome. That is awesome. No, Doshie, in real life, your professional life, you're a teacher. You teach at a charter school, and then Dr. Perkins is also a teacher. So when you got the role of Dr. Perkins, you found out that Dr. Perkins was a teacher, and as you're a real life teacher, what thoughts were going in your mind? I wonder, because you're actually playing. In reality, you're playing yourself in a sense, you know.
I know, Mr. Omar really does seem like that, but it was a couple of administrators at the school that I watched their mannerism, I watch how they handle,
Okay.
when things come their way, and as high administration, things get thrown at them, but at the end of the day, they still have to stand their ground with the facts behind it. So yes, I remember some of those teachers I had, and the heart that they had for us to be taught. So I think I kind of grabbed up on that. I don't even know how I got in the teaching field, but before I know it, I was there. And now I realize I've been there now, like I think going on like 7 years.
Oh, that is awesome. That is
Wow.
awesome. Apostle, one of the things that I wanted to ask you on a personal note, if you've been a pastor, a reverend, whatever term is correct, pastor.
It
You know,
works.
all right, okay, but in terms of spirituality, how spirituality do you see this play? How much spirituality do you see in this play?
Well,
If it-
I mean, well, to be honest with you, I mean, there's the whole play is really spiritual, because one of the things about spirituality is about truth. And it's about real. Spirit is a reality, and when I look at this play, I can really see the transformation of people, and you could actually see, because of the play, the position that I play, or the character that I play with Roger, there is a story of change and redemption and transformation that comes through through God and only God. So there's so many things and so many levels here that you can see that many of the characters have survived simply because of their that spiritual place, that upkeep that you can actually see as the underpinning of the show. So I think that's just powerful.
Yeah. Clave, I never asked you this before, but like I said, on the top of the program, I introduced you as the youngest cast member. How do you feel being the youngest cast member in the play? What's going through your mind when you come to rehearsals and you're the baby of the group? How do you like it? Is it cool? Or what?
Yeah, it's cool. It's amazing.
Okay. All right. Now, someone else who's the second youngest cast member happens to very well. She's your sister. You're like 1 or 2 years apart. So when your sister, when she came late into the play, we got her to come into the play, and she came a little late the first time we did it. So what was your feelings? How did you feel when your sister became part of the cast?
Okay, how I felt first, because of like all her shyness. I thought she would like not do her part on the stage. I thought she would be upset doing it. But then the more she got into it, the more she got the hang of it.
Okay, that's good. So when you're both at home, do you practice together? Do you help each other with your lines?
No, no, not really. Sometimes we out to each other, but no, we don't really practice it together.
Okay, that's all right. So everybody do their own. I mean, it's not like you guys have scenes together, but so I can understand. But everyone has their own techniques in terms of knowing their lines and projecting their lines. So those in terms of the cast itself, we have a very large cast of people, very diverse cast in terms of age, in terms of backgrounds, in terms of talent. So I want to ask, whoever wants to answer this, but I'm gonna start off with Doshie. What do you feel like acting with so many great people in this play? The chemistry that we have, the love and support that we have from one another. What's your take on that?
Well, I just feel like there is nothing in the world like being on one accord. We are unified. We are there to make the best of our practices. We're not personalizing anything. We just want it to be our best. I mean, and I love the fact that when you're dealing with professionals, they don't get all upset about, oh, that ain't the way, they just say, oh, okay. Somebody came to me the other day and they was like, you know what you say, it really don't make sense. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But that's what people do. You just want it to be the best because you want that dialogue and you want that timing to be right. And you want it to seem like we are not doing a play, but we're really having a conversation. And these are the topics that we're talking about.
Right.
Right.
Does anyone else have any comment about that question before we move on?
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, it's really, really inspiring. I mean, I can actually see how the audience is going to be inspired and how the audience is really going to be, empowered because, just being a part of this cast and seeing how everybody, has come into the room really, really prepared and really taking the heart of this play very seriously. It has inspired me. So I know that it's going to be inspiring to other people because I can actually tell that everybody is really, really put their claws into their roles.
So Clave, you shaking your head. You want to say anything about that? Or are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Okay, Clave, you have a very talented family. I mean, you have a very talented background in terms of your family. You want to let the audience know what your parents do and what your siblings do, and what else do you do besides acting?
So me, I practice my keyboard, play my game, do my chores, play
Okay.
my games. And what the other ones do is they play, do stuff. And we have a band called HFAM. Yeah, my little brother, he just watches videos and runs around like a 5-year-old.
Okay. Okay. Now, what about your other brother and your sister?
My other brother, he plays the drums. And my other brother, he plays the drums and like he plays the games too. He watches TV. He does his chores.
Oh, okay. So everybody do their chores. It's a good thing. They make your parents happy.
That's some chores. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That teaching.
Now it starts with your parents, your mom and your daddy. What is it that they do?
So right now, our mom and dad are working on a trip that they're doing to LA. That they're working on a trip that they're doing to LA, playing at the Whiskey Go-Go. The Whiskey Go-Go.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're really excited about the trip. They're really excited.
Oh, okay.
Rock Rotation Band is amazing.
Oh, okay. I bet it is because your mom. Now, what instrument does your mom play?
She plays the guitar and harmonizes.
Okay, and she also is a singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now what instrument does your daddy play?
He plays the drums, the congas, the cajon.
Wow.
Sometimes he does the keyboard. He does a lot, actually.
Talented family.
Yeah, he too.
So he's multi-talented. That's right. All right. So Clave, I'm going to stay with you. One of the things that impress people the most about plays is people knowing their lines. When I got my acting debut, it was a gentleman by the name of Mr. George Bungie. He was I think he played the piano. He played the piano.
He did.
And he was an actor. And he told me, we did the Amen Corner, the Christian Culture Lesson, and he said that people are impressed when people can remember their lines. So I want to ask all three of you. I'm gonna start off with Clave. How do you go about knowing your line, remembering your lines? Well, I'm gonna say knowing your lines. I'm not gonna say remember, but knowing your lines. Do you go over it every single day, or it takes a lot of practice? How do you get so good to remember your lines?
Um, at nighttime before we sometimes before we go to sleep, I grab my script and then I look at my lines and then I just stay in my head. I keep the stuff I really need, like important things in my head.
Okay, okay, so you're real
I just
smart. You got skills.
You got skills.
Okay, okay, Doshie, so how do you go about remembering your lines?
Oh, well, I definitely I think I write mine out. I wrote out all of my pieces. I listen to it, then I write it out, then I do freehanded. And I try to zero in on ones that I feel like I'm struggling with. And then I will listen because I've already recorded it. I will listen to it while I read it. And I may have something out of place, but I always want to know, do I have the gist of what it is that the writer was trying to say? So it's practice and more practice and listening to it for me, going over the script, trying to remember the last line of the other person so that, I'm cued in. I don't want to forget.
Right, that's very significant, yeah.
Yes.
That plays a big part. Matter of fact, that's probably the biggest part. Okay, now, Apostle, like I said, this is your acting debut. So
Yes, sir.
You did an excellent job in terms of remembering your lines. So
Thank you.
what's the secret, man? What's the skill?
Well, for me, it is repetition. Being a pastor is part of what I've done, in terms of understanding, what the text actually says. But for me, the thing that's really most important for me is really getting the heart of the message. Once I really understand the heart of the message, the lines kind of follow the heart for me. That's kind of the way it was with ministry, understanding, what was David trying to say in that psalm. And then once I got the heart of it, the words kind of match with the heart. So I've kind of used the techniques that I've, kind of honed in these last 2 decades, and placed them here. Right. So it's repetition, repetition, repetition.
One of the things that people, when they get into acting, they have actors, they have other actors and actresses, whether they famous, local, whatever, that they come to admire because they love the craft of acting, they love the craft of theater, they love the craft of television, and they love the craft of filmmaking. So I want to ask you three, whoever wants to start first, they can. Who would you say are some of your favorite actors and actresses out there?
Well, I can definitely start.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Apostle. Listen, I can just say that I kind of start back in the 60s. So, I had the Barbara Stanwyck and Betty Davises before, I had Olivia Cole and Miss Tyson and those women and men, because I always loved Sidney Poitier, that take a part and make that, that one when he said, guess who's coming to dinner? You know what I mean? That became like a famous line. It wasn't just because it was guess who's coming to dinner. It was just the way that it was portrayed out. So, those were just a few, of the ones. And then, of course, the ones that is going on now with, like Regina Hall and, just going on up there with Mr. Vance and Mr. Denzel Washington, the quality that we are just getting down to just, not that it wasn't there, we just didn't have it in the TV as I was growing up. So, I guess that's why I started out with the Barbara Stanwicks and the Betty Davises, et cetera, et cetera. So with those.
All right. Okay, Apostle?
You know what, for me, I remember growing up, one of my favorite actors was Ben Vereen. And I've always enjoyed, I like Ben Vereen, I liked Denzel Washington, I like Don Cheadle. And one of the things for me is the voice and is the ability for them to. I've watched them, do serious roles. I've watched them to do comedy, and so in looking at that, I really look at these actors for their diversity, and where you're not just stuck on one character, but you're able to see them work in a wide variety of characters. So yeah, it's really been those kind of characters for me.
Okay. Clave, do you have a famous actor or famous TV show or famous? Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be famous. It could be just anybody.
Honestly, I can only think of 3 right now, so I have to go with Eddie Murphy. It's really funny.
Okay.
Second would be Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, he's
Actually,
good. He's good.
very. And third one is that movie called like Nope, like that recent movie that came out.
Nope. Okay, I don't think I saw that one.
But do you know a movie called Get Out or anything? I can't
Get
think.
Out? Yeah.
Yes.
But you know the dude who's the main character?
Oh yeah, yeah, the African guy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
I
African
forgot
guy.
his name. Yeah, I forgot his name, but I know you're talking about. He played it. He played in what's the Panther movie too. The Black
Yeah.
Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda, yeah.
Even though I don't really know anything about him, what I know is he can do a perfect cry.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
you know
right.
that takes a lot of talent. You know
Yeah.
that takes a real lot of talent.
And Mr. Omar, and then I can truly say that I have been in the presence, maybe excuse me, of a excellent writer too by the name of Brother Omar Rashada. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I've been to
Oh
quite
my
a few
goodness.
plays, was even in, one of them. So, we know that we got those famous ones, but what about those ones that we can truly touch? I.e. Ebony Wilmore and the ones that, have been doing,
Oh yeah.
the local show. And so I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, and even though we're a local cast, I'll tell you what, we can put on a show and we can go on Broadway. We can we can do our thing. So,
Oh yeah.
don't
I
let the
believe
local
that.
talent fool you.
Oh yeah, I know we could. I know without a doubt.
Okay, and Clave mentioned the word cry, which is an emotion, which leads me to the question: when people come see this play, what type of emotions are they going to come? How
Who?
are they going to feel?
Um, me.
Yeah, everybody. Well, yeah, let's start with you.
So honestly, a lot of adults who come to the play when they like watch me when they like watched me get spanked by the neighborhood and scolded by the dad.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think they're gonna look back at that to times when they got got spanked and scolded, and they'll just laugh.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
that's a good insight. That's very good insight.
yeah.
Okay, so Apostle and Doshie.
Well, you know what? I think there's going to be a wide variety of emotion. I think they're going to really. I mean, I think Doshie said it right when she talked about the fact that we all are in the presence of really a great writer. You've written a wonderful play that is
Right.
encapsulated really a wide variety of emotions. I mean, there's going to be anger that's there. When you
Yep.
see certain things, disappointment that's there in certain characters' lives. There's definitely going to be laughter. No
Yes.
doubt about it. And Doshie's part, I mean, she has that same range where you'll be with her, and then be angry with her. And as she's angry, you'll be angry with her, sad, but also at the same time excited with her. So, I mean, the way you've written it and the people that you've chosen to be a part of this play, I think that everybody's going to need tears as well as some,
Yes.
some ribbons to be able to throw, because it's going to be celebration, triumph, and tragedy all together.
Right. Go ahead, Dosh.
Bring it. Yeah, well, definitely. Apostle hit it all. I mean, he went to the roller coaster. I'm just coming down the hill now, and that it's just those kind of emotions because somebody, excuse me, it may not be you, but somebody of one of those 6 characters. Something about Roger. Something about Clay. So we just know that it's going to be that kind of thing like that. But at the end of the day, there is definitely, a lesson in every last one of the characters that you put together, Mr. Omar.
Mhm. And once again, we did this play in August. I believe it was August 27th at the Women's in Drama League. So, like Apostle, you weren't part of the original cast when we did that, but Clave and Doshie was. So I want to ask you both. Start off with Clave. What type of reaction did you receive from your? I guess it was your family. They were sitting in the front row. Your mommy, your siblings. what type of reaction did you get from your mom and your siblings and anybody else who talked to you about the play? What did they say to you after the play?
They said I did a really great job, and I was brave for doing that.
Okay. Now, Doshie, oh my goodness. Woo. Awesome.
I heard.
She had a clan there, boy. I mean, from the top of the beginning of the play, I mean, the minute she got up and walked in front of that stage, boy, she got a, I mean, they're always, I'll tell you what, possibly, she brought the house down. Even after intermission, we even say our lines, yeah, they were cheering, they were,
Wow.
I mean, what is this? I mean, I've never seen that. All plays that I've written, I've never seen that. So, and of course, Doshie was, accepted with braces. She got roses at the end when we did the roll call, but that just shows you how beautiful support is. And that was a beautiful thing. I was, and that was very inspiring. To see one of your cast members or other cast members where their family, the friends, the audience could come out and show them how great that was. I mean,
Right.
that was a beautiful thing. So let me ask you from Doshie the star.
No way, no, Mr. Omar, no, sir.
How did it feel? And getting so much love and respect.
I felt like I felt like that character that you wrote was seen, and I felt like if that character was seen, then I did my jail. I did what that writer wanted to happen, and because that character does have some things that's going on, with her, and her beliefs, that it was, I felt like it was all of whatever they yayed me for, it was because of the writer that wrote that part. And all I wanted to do was make sure that writer's part was done in the excellency of which it had been written.
Okay, so Apostle, this Saturday, you're gonna have your church community out. You're gonna have your fans out cheering you on.
We're gonna have some people there. Listen, I don't know if I can get anywhere close to Doshie because I don't have that talent. But yeah, we're gonna definitely have some people there and the people that support. And I'm looking forward to it. We're all looking forward to it.
Right. Clave, you have so much talent. You're doing acting. You're doing music. When you grow up, have you thought about what you want to do when you grow up? Do you think you want to continue to be an actor? Do you want to be a singer, a musician? What thoughts do you think you want to do? Or you want to go to college? You want to take up a trade? What do you want to do when you become an adult? Have you thought about that right now? I mean, you're still young, but have you thought about that?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I want to be a keyboardist, an actor, and a vocalist. Like I'm already that right now, but
Right.
as it goes on, it will get more advanced when I get older.
Wow, that's awesome.
Animation.
So how?
That is my dream.
Oh,
One of them.
So Clave, how do we get a chance to see the band? I mean, are there bookings here in the Delaware area or Jersey area, or how do we get a chance to see this wonderful band? Because we just have you and your daughter, so we just can imagine,
right?
What Daddy and Mommy gonna bring on, and then all y'all together. So can you maybe perhaps get that to Mr. Omar? Because I would love for us to go somewhere as a cast to be able to support. I mean, locally, y'all in the local area, and I myself personally, I say local areas, Pennsylvania, Maryland, DC, because there ain't places to get to. Now, if you up in, Connecticut, we might not be able to get there, but in the local, I would definitely love for us to walk in, have our table, and be able to go support, the fact. Maybe you can get that information to Mr. Omar, or Mommy can, or Daddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. For one, sometimes we'll be at like the, what is it called? The monthly focus at the Bellevue Community Center. Sometimes me and my brothers will play on the stage there. Sometimes we'll just sit down and support our sister. But mostly, You can see us at our HFAM shows. You can see us at our HFAM shows. HFAM Music 6.
Right. Oh, and speaking of your mommy, we don't want to forget, we're gonna give your mommy a plug because she did an excellent thing in regards to inviting me on her show. Your mommy also has a radio show, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and you and your siblings, you were on there a couple weeks ago. I heard y'all. Y'all was singing and everything. That was good. So your
Wow.
mommy, your mommy has 5.3 FM. It's in the city of Wilmington, Delaware. Comes on every Saturday from 2 to 3. Called the Renaissance. What's the name of your mommy's show? Do you remember? Because I don't want to mess it up. You remember the name of your mommy's show? Her radio show?
The Wilmington Renaissance Radio Show.
There you go. Yep. Yeah. It come on from
Oh,
it comes on every Saturday, 95.3 FM, in the city of Wilmington, Delaware. The station is owned by historian Mr. Harmon Carey. As a matter of fact, your mommy adopted the program, or the program was turned to your mommy by our former stage manager, Miss Janice King. She was doing that show for about a year or two, and then she turned it over to Samantha, which was a excellent thing. So Samantha continues to bring local artist who has a very good talent. Oh, go ahead, Colin. You got something else to say?
Mhm. The radio comes on by 3 to 4 o'clock
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 to 4. Okay.
Saturday.
p.m.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's why it's 3 to 4. It's every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. 95.3 FM. So once again, that's 95.3 FM in the city of Wilmington, Delaware, from 3 to 4. Not my fault. I messed the time up. I'm glad you corrected me on that because I don't want people to miss your mommy's show. Apostle, your church services, I mean, I often see you on Facebook during the week now. I think I can imagine. I think you come on almost every day, right? On Facebook.
I'm a matter of fact, I'm transitioning everything over to live, to online services now. So we're doing, we're still doing our outreach, but we're now transferring all our services now online.
Oh, okay. So how can people watch you online? Like what is the Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. There's Facebook and YouTube. We're there for every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Every Wednesday at 5 o'clock for our show called Live at 5. We have our interactive Bible study every Thursday at 7:30 and a Sunday service at 12 o'clock. Every Sunday at 12 o'clock. So we're there 3 times a week, just putting out the word.
Okay, so you're not actually in the physical building anymore?
No, we've left that. So we're doing everything now on live. I'm really focusing on reaching another audience. I still minister out. I still, it gives me opportunity to now do some ministerial evangelism. But most of my specific work for my church now is going to be done through our website as well as through our online venues.
Okay, so if people wanted to give a donation to your church, because sometimes when you're in physical church, when you're there physically, right, the pot goes around. So people pay their tithes. So and then other people just give a donation for whatever building fund or a service fund. So are you accepting donations? Or?
Sure, absolutely. They could always there's always Cash App. You can always Cash App. It's probably the easiest way. We do Zelle and PayPal as well, but Cash App is probably the easiest way. $ APOS APOS TBW. That's Apostle TB Walker. APOS TBW.
All right. So as we close out the program, I'm gonna have everybody just say some final words on why they want people to come see the play. Go ahead, Clave. You got your hands up. You're on mute. Okay, there you go.
I want to tell you something before you said that, but I forgot the Instagram. Our Instagram page is HFAM Music 6 on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Say it again.
HFAM Music 6 on Instagram.
Okay, so do you have a final words to say for people to come out and see the play?
Yes. You will give it a 5-star review.
All right. Okay, that is okay. All right. You go straight to the point.
He's just so serious. I love him. He's so serious. He's just so serious. Yes.
That sounds great. That sounds like you better
Yes,
have
yes, hey, yes.
That sounds good. That's good. Okay, Doshie, what you got? Close us out.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, come down and be treated. Come down and see what we here in Wilmington, Delaware, and what the playwright has written, and that we have internalized and turned into different characters. So please join us this coming Saturday. Listen, you will not leave out of there disappointed.
Okay, Apostle.
Well, you know what? Listen, I want everybody to come out Saturday at 7:00 because I think that it is going to be a time of great healing. What you have written and put together is really medicine for our community and medicine for this time. So I want people to really come out, and they'll be able to see that what we really can be as a community. And I think that's the beauty of what you've written.
And once again, the play is this Saturday, January the 7th, 2023, 7 p.m. at the Wilmington Music School, 4101 Washington Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. You can get tickets at the doors, $30 general admission. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your co-workers, bring your colleagues, bring them all. All right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on this evening. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow at rehearsals, and have a safe evening. Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to everybody who's watching.
Happy New Year, everybody. Look forward to see you guys tomorrow.
All right, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye. Take care.